All right, welcome back to Tinker's Workshop, and we're going to continue the series with Magic Arena. And if you watch the other two videos in this playlist, if you haven't, go check them out if you're an absolute beginner. But at this point, if you're on this video, what you've done is you played through the color challenges, you've done the tutorial, you've played through the color challenges, and at this point, let's kind of look through the interface. So one thing you'll get from playing games is these packs, and these allow you to open these digital packs and you get to add cards to your account, which will help you build decks as you go. So you can kind of read through these cards and you get to open packs, which is one of the fun parts of Magic. If you go back to your home, you'll also see these various quests that you get given. So cast 20 white or green spells and we get 500 gold. Cast 20 blue or green and we get 500 gold. Cast 20 red or green, we get 500 golds. So if you want to be efficient, playing a full green deck would get these three done pretty quickly. You also get gold for wins, and there's daily win rewards, and you get XP as well, which will level you up. But one thing that happens after you do the color challenges is you get this jump in token. You get 5 jump in tokens. So what you want to do is under home, you want to go to play. And under here, you have various menu items. So you have your last played, which is kind of like a quick menu. You have this, which is your standard like competitive play. You have best of ones, you have brawl, you have ranked, and these are all different formats. But you have this event, and this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time in the game, drafting, sealed events, etc., etc. But after you finish your color challenge, which is here, what you want to do is jump in to a jump in. The cool thing about jump in is that you get to keep the decks you build. So to play in this event, there's usually a cost associated with playing in events. It's either gold or gems. However, there are these tokens that you can be rewarded to basically get you free entry into an event. So we have 5 jump-in tokens, and let's jump into our first jump-in event. So jump-in's kind of cool because you get to pick a theme. So do you want to go Onslaught? Do we want Wolfpack? Do we want Transients? And let's try Transients. Now you get to pick a second theme. So we're gonna go transients. Let's go transients horde. No clue. But what it does is it smashes these two together, and basically you have a deck. And you can click add to decks, and this will add it to your inventory. So if you were to go back to decks, this deck is now part of your playable decks. So let's play the jump in event, and I believe this event is against the PC or AI, which is totally fine if you're a new player. I mean, the AI is actually decent in this game. Um, so I don't know if this is AI or a person, and I guess that's a testament to how decent the AI is. So we have 2 dual lands. They enter tapped and tap for black or white. We got some other creatures here, and now we decide whether we want to keep or mulligan. Mulligan means throwing your hand of 7 away and drawing 7 new cards. We get a free mulligan. In other formats, taking a mulligan will penalize you. But sometimes it is the right play. If you're 7, if you have no lands in your first 7, you probably don't want to keep that. So let's get started. We have a 1-drop, so we're going to play a swamp and play our 1-drop. Okay, so they're playing blue-black. Okay, so we're not gonna block here. When it dies, choose one target creature opponent controls get 1/1. Oh, we're not gonna block here. Specialized 2. When it enters the battlefield, creature cards in your hand get +1/+1. But I don't have any creature cards in my hand, so that's unfortunate. Um, let's just play that tapped, and we're not gonna attack yet. I'm hoping to get a few more creatures in my hand before I play this. Maybe even one creature in my hand, just to get the value out of that effect. The music here is super calm. Okay, we're not gonna block here. 1 damage. I'm not very worried at the moment. We could block and kill this guy, which would have been fine, I guess. Hopefully we draw a creature. All right, cool. So what we'll do is we'll play that and put this guy out. We'll just get this buffed up Horde Robber, which is fine. Okay, so this will be a buffed up Horde Robber, and we can also specialize here after, which lets us choose basically like a level up tree. It's kind of a cool mechanic. So this jump in is it's a pretty decent way to familiarize yourself and see what these different decks do. Because before this in the color challenge, all the decks you were working with were monocolored. They are single color, they're either green deck or a red deck, etc. So this might be your first exposure to multicolored decks. And as you kind of go through Magic, um, you'll start to. Oh, we're probably doing some big trading here. But as you go through Magic, you'll get more familiar with these different color combinations, um, the names of these different color combinations, and what they are, what they do, the flavor behind them. Um, do you want to play out the Horde Robber? Turn creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, we don't really care about that right now. Let's just play this out. So as you go through Magic, what you'll start to learn these names. So black and white is called Orzhov, and then red and blue is called Izzet, and their names green and white is Celestia, and then there are names for the three color combinations like Bant and Grixis, I believe, and some other ones as well. And then you'll find decks that are four color or five color, 4C or 5C. So it's really interesting the kind of combinations that people make, and deck building can be a pretty creative process. It's fun. There are some people who will just read a deck list off the internet, and it's good and it works. Um, oh, that's a perpetual -1/-1. That sucks. Yeah, that's nasty. So deck building can be very creative. This deck, although this deck, oh whatever. I'm just gonna return this to my hand and play it out because this creature's gonna be doing nothing. But deck building can be pretty creative, and building decks around a concept you like and um, can be pretty cool. Now, whether that's competitive or not, you know, I mean, who knows? Um, but it's a lot of fun, and there are various formats too. Like this jump in stuff is kind of to familiarize you with the game. Um, to familiarize you with the game. But afterwards, if you start playing things like Brawl and then even Paper Magic in real life, playing something like Commander, Commander can be a really um, fun format to get into. I'm actually really enjoying playing Commander at my LGS. Um, so there are various formats in Magic, and they all have various deck building rules. So if you're playing sealed, that has a certain set of rules. If you're playing draft, that has a certain set of rules. And then those are limited formats, which means you're limited to the cards you can use to a certain extent because you're opening packs and um, you're limited to building a deck with the cards that you open. But then there are formats that fall under this banner of constructed, which means you're actually building your deck out of just cards you buy. You come to the table with a deck already, as opposed to building one on the fly. So those are things like standard, modern, commander, and commander's a very fun format. So what I'm doing here is I played the Ghost Lantern, and I'm just gonna equip it, And this is an equipment when a creature I control dies, I'm going to put a +1/+1 on this. It's not really going to do much right now, but we're hoping that it can. This game's looking a bit grim, to be honest. Could be bad draws. Our mana's fine, but um, we lost some creatures hella early. Oh, that's nasty. Target creature gets -X/-X. Yeah, they can just kill this thing next turn as well. We got to get rid of this thing. Feels kind of bad to play a 5-mana spell to get rid of this 3/2, but this ability is just um, this much. I think they're going to activate it now, but and it's funny because you can't really tell if this is AI or not, I think. Okay, interesting. So yeah, when you're playing jump in, it's super casual. You're not going to see these decks when you actually play against players. You're going to see decks that are a little stronger. However, um, this is a pretty good way to familiarize yourself. So this is a 3/2. If we block it, we're fine. This is also 3/2. If we block it, we're fine. It's fine. Okay, so this thing needs to die. I'm just gonna blast it with the Eyes of the Beholder, because otherwise this thing's just gonna start taking out my creatures. Okay, this interesting. Lots of sacking creatures, lots of value here, but flying 2/2. When it create a 2/2 with Decayed. Decade's kind of an interesting keyword. Um, the flyer's gonna be an issue though, but this thing's even more of an issue. So whatever. So there it asked us how we wanted to pay, because sometimes the mana you choose matters. I clicked auto pay just so it uses my lands and then busts my treasure, but it's basically a confirmation there. Treasure tokens have tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Um, there's a lot of effects that will create tokens for you. Treasure tokens, soldier tokens, spirit tokens, etc. So for example, this here is a token creature. When this enters the battlefield, you create a 2/2 black zombie token. Okay, creatures you control gain menace, which means they need to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. Uh, yeah, if we double block here, he's gonna kill the Flaming Fist, which is not good for us. I don't think we win this game, to be honest, which is unfortunate. Target creature gets +2/+0. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped. Yeah, this is just not working out well for us. I mean, I guess we can equip the Ghost Lantern, the Flaming Fist. I think we're playing against AI, so maybe it was stupid enough to make a mistake, and I think this is like the only thing we could actually do. Um, Not that that was a good play, but I think this game is just a loss. Yeah, so he's gonna get us for 2. We're gonna have to block here. Yeah, this game is just a loss. But this is what jumping is like. It's very it's not going to be consistent, and your decks sometimes are going to blow. But the cool thing about it is that you will acquire new decks. You'll see here we acquired this red-green deck, um, and we got a lot of cards from it. And that's the cool thing. This was probably one of the quests or something like that, like play your first jump in. So if you don't like the deck, so for example, this deck here, we've played it once, but let's say, oh, I really don't like it. So what we could do is just resign. Um, we should probably get one win though, because you'll get an uncommon. So I'm just gonna resign just to show you that. You should get your one win. But after you do, you can play that deck multiple times and get used to things. But after you get your win and you get your uncommon card, you can pay another jump in token, and now you get to play a different deck. So let's do recruits. Um, recruits plus citizens. So let's try that. I have a feeling green is a color that likes mana, it likes creatures, um, and white is a color that can create a lot of tokens, has a lot of creatures that come in and creates tokens and protection effects and combat trick effects, things you can do to at instant speed during your combats. So we're gonna try this. Okay, so this seems okay. We have 3 lands and you know we have a turn 2 play if we need it to enchant one of their creatures. We have a turn 3 play. So we'll try this. And this is the cool thing about Jump In. You get to try these different decks and try these different flavors and see what you like. And during the process, you're adding these decks to your inventory. Um, you're adding these decks to your inventory. You're trying stuff out. You're kind of getting a feel for what you like, what you don't like, etc. This is actually a really decent card in Dominaria. Okay, we're gonna play this Argivian Cavalier, which is gonna make us a 1/1 token. Sweet. It also has Enlist, which means when it attacks, we can tap another creature um, without summoning sickness. If you remember, when a creature comes in, they have this like black aura here, which means they're summoning sick. It means they cannot tap. So we'll play this. When it enters the battlefield, enters with a shield counter. When it attacks, target you control has base power and toughness 4/4 until end of turn. This one, when another creature enters, it gets +1/+1, and it's a flyer. So what we're going to do is play this one on this turn, and we'll play the Voice of Vermin or the Defiler on the next turn to trigger this effect. So if I swing in here, it's going to block. This creature done its work. This creature has training, um, which can be a little scary. So if they want to block here, or block there, that's fine. We get 2 damage in. I don't mind that. I do mind that. That was an instant speed, destroy target non-legendary creature. That's okay. They hit us for 1. Not worried. Join forces. Untap 2 target creatures. They get +2/+2. So that's what you call a combat trick. We are going to play the Defiler here. It's a nice big 5/5 chunky boy. It has Vigilance, which means it does not tap to attack the same way this one would. Which is good because you can attack and then still have it block. Like this one cannot block next turn. So if they were to attack, this one cannot block. Oh, that's not good. Okay. We're just going to keep attacking here. They're at 14, we're at 18. We're just going to keep swinging. They have 1 creature on the field. Not too worried about it. When agent enters the field, put a 1/1 on target creature. This creature has a shield counter, so let's beef it up a little bit. Okay. And I think that's AI. I don't know if that's AI, but that conceit is cool, and we get our win. So you get some rewards. We got 1,000 gold, some XP, more golden XP, and we get that uncommon card. And if we like the deck we played, once again, we can add to decks, and we can play this again. So we'll claim prize, which is our uncommon card, a little chat, and then we can play again, and we can play this deck again. And then once we don't like this deck, we can resign, which is fine. And this is a deck I probably won't play again, so we'll resign. And then we can jump in again and continue playing. So you want to kind of go through and use your jump in tokens because it gives you gold, it lets you play, it lets you understand the different decks and get used to them. Now, when you're done jump in, you can explore some of the other formats. So if you go to decks, there's various decks here, and these are the ones that you have earned while playing jump in and the color challenge, etc. But if you want, as you continue to do your quests, you will earn packs. Okay? And as you earn packs, you will open cards, and you can then create your own decks from scratch. So there are different formats, and you can read on the different formats. There might be a video on that, but we can go here and let's make a standard deck. And we have all the various cards that we own. Um, this little pip here means we have one of this phalanx. We have two fake your own death, etc., etc. So let's say we wanted to make a red deck that tries to play very um, a red deck that tries to just play very fast. So that's a strategy called aggro. So we want creatures that have haste and come in and do our thing really quickly. So we could add 3 reinforced Ronin. It's a 2/2, and as soon as you cast it, it can attack. But then when you go to your end step, when you're about to end your turn, it comes back to your hand. So we could add those. We could add 2 rabbit batteries. We could add 4 of these wolves. We could add 1 of these guys. We could add 3 of these guys, etc. And you want to read the cards and try to find things that synergize with each other. So for example, this thing says as long as you control another wolf, it gets +2/+2. So maybe you want to build a deck full of wolves. If you like this card and think it's strong, you can try to build around it. And as you go through, you want to build for standard 60 cards. So we'd go and we'd add our 60 cards, etc. Whatever they may be, whatever cards we choose. And this is what I think most the funnest part of Magic is looking at all the options and trying to build your own deck. And this is not a good deck. Don't copy this. I'm just randomly adding stuff. But once you get to 60, you can say done, and you can name this deck. So this is trash red deck, right? Um, and as you play through the game and as you open packs, you can always double click and edit your deck. So maybe we want to take 1 smelter out and go down only to 2 Moonrager slash. And maybe we want to add, let's say we only had 1 big score and we got a few more in packs. Maybe now we want to add a few more. And you can tweak and play with your deck um, until it feels good. And and once you're done with that, you can take it and go and play in different types of events. So if you go here, you'll notice cast 20 blue or green spells, cast 20 red or green spells. You can earn gold here. You can also earn various rewards here from the mastery track. So if we just started a new season, Dominaria United, and if you go through this, every time you play, you get XP, and as you level up, you get this top track for free. You don't have to pay. Now you could pay 3,400 gems, which I think is like 30 bucks or something, and you also would get the rewards on this track down here. This is similar to a battle pass or mastery pass in other games, um, but this will allow you to kind of get various cards and rewards, etc. There's also something in here called crafting. So when you're making your decks, as you open pack, you'll get these wild cards. So we have 10 common, 5 uncommon, two rare. So if there is a card you really want, so here we have Rapid Battery, um, and let's say, or here we have Reinforced Ronin, and let's say we wanted a fourth one, we could add that, and we could craft. Turn one uncommon wild card into a card for this deck. This action can't be undone. And if I say finish, what happened was it took away one of our uncommons and it crafted this card for us. So there's a little bit of a system whereby even being free to play, you can obtain these various cards. It's not extremely efficient, but it will get you there. So the reason I crafted Reinforced Ronin is because in a red aggro deck, he works, and if there are ever quests here that say red spells, I'm just gonna play that quick red deck to cast as many red spells as I can. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to look at these and you want to complete your quests. These refresh, I believe, every day. And one thing you could do is you get one forced refresh per day. You can click here and swap. And there, we swapped and we got a 750 gold quest. So if you have your 500 gold quest, what I do recommend is doing a swap and trying to obtain one of the 750 gold ones. And then that you can obtain gold faster, and then you can enter things like I believe the premium drafts or traditional drafts are gold based. And yeah, that's a little bit on what you should do after the color challenges. There's jump in, spend a bit of time using all your jump in tokens, enter the jump in event, use your jump in tokens. This will get you a lot of cards and a lot of things added to your inventory. It'll let you kind of feel out what cards you like and what play style you like. And then after that, you can spend some time in the deck section trying to make a deck. And then you have your trash red deck, and you can go to home, hit play, go to standard and play your newly made deck against other people. And as you go, you will learn what works, what doesn't. You can play ranked as well if you'd like. But yeah, for me, just standard play is a lot of fun for me. So standard play uses a certain magic sets, alchemy, historic, and explorer. There are various rules. You can read them here. What the limitation is for the various formats. So hope this video was helpful. Hope it shows you what to do after you do the color challenges. Just remember, go to jump in, use your 5 jump in tokens, do your daily quests, and get these daily quests out of the way. They give you lots of gold, and you can continue to build your gold and then later enter events. If you get really into it, you wanna use gems. There is a store. You don't have to pay for anything. You can be free to play. Obviously, with throwing a little money at things, you get some neat things. So here for $5, um, you get a little welcome bundle that contains 2,500 gems and 5 packs. There's also this adventure bundle which has a bunch of gems. And these gems are used to enter events, etc. You can also use gems and gold for cosmetics, although personally I don't really recommend that. Just find what you like and go from there. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this video is helpful. Make sure to leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell for notifications, and leave a comment below on what content you want to see in Arena and what you need help with. And I can make videos on that as well. So, hope you're good. Hope you're enjoying your magic journey, and yeah, get to tinkering.